What is up, YouTube? This is T1 coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be talking to you about The Raven, a 1963 adaptation, yeah, putting some finger quotes on that one, of the Edgar Allan Poe story. In my last review, I referred to Nathan Yaron as the king of B-movie directors, but that might be a little contentious a claim to make, because when we're talking about B-movie kings, we got to talk about Roger Corman. And while he directed hundreds of films, he's still probably most famous for his string of Poe movies in the 60s starring Vincent Price. He adapted The Fall of the House of Usher, Mask of the Red Death, Pit and the Pendulum, amongst others, and primarily they borrowed elements and scenes from the original story and grafted that on to something new. Even by that metric, The Raven is one of the loosest adaptations they ever put out, but it's also kick fucking ass. Pinned by Richard Matheson and starring a whole bunch of world class actors, seemingly going to the Ham Olympics, this is straight up one of the best times I've had watching a movie in forever. It's kind of hard to put into words, so let me just show you.
Are you some dark-winged messenger from beyond? Answer me, monster. Tell me truly. Shall I ever hold again that radiant maiden whom the angels call Lenore?
How the hell should I know?
Yeah, the whole movie is like that. It's awesome. It's a perfect middle ground between the laid back style of so many 60s movies, but never devolving into a full blown farce. I'd compare it to the 2017 It movie, where the story is plenty effective, but the movie's sense of humor is really refreshing and makes it a much more fun experience. I mean, huge chunks of this film are basically just wizards hanging out, and it's kind of delightful. The best way to describe it is, have you ever watched a movie in a group setting, one that's really light and fun, and when it's over, you and your friends are like, dude, we should totally make a movie together? This feels like a bunch of friends made a movie together. Not that it feels cheap or shoddily made, but there's a palpable enjoyment in almost every scene. There's an ease the cast seems to have with each other that's only found among friends. But unlike so many of the cornball parodies of this era, this movie has jokes, but it itself isn't a joke. The central mystery is interesting. The characters are generally likable. And there are one or two creepy moments, though this is far more of a fantasy adventure movie than a horror. That's why I hesitate to call it a comedy, even though it is very funny. It's more relaxed and cool. Like I said, laid back's a good word for it. The cast is also stacked. Vincent Price and Peter Lorre are simply a riot in this, playing a duo that's both tender and contentious. You can tell they're buddies, but there's also plenty of ribbing between the two of them. Laurie apparently improvised a lot of his dialogue, but I honestly wouldn't have been able to tell given how comfortable Price is in every scene with him. Boris Karloff and Hazel Court make for solid villains. And while a young Jack Nicholson is clearly out of his depth here, I mean, he's not the powerhouse actor he'll become later. He seems kind of nervous and high schooly. I can't call his performance good, but goddamn, he's fun to watch, and he has some great moments in this. The whole movie is fun to watch, and I know Corman is known for making cheapo bargain bin films, but this looks great. It's colorful, the castle sets are expansive. It almost looks like something Disney would have put out at that time, but with a kind of spooky Halloween special visual overtone. The Raven is a blast, and don't take my word for it. Movies this old are almost always easy to find and stream. Give it a watch. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is T1 signing out.